Words about books, Ben.
It's Words about books, Nate.
And in the interest of always tagging on a current event, Hulk Hogan died today at the time of this recording. I know that we have talked about him on the podcast before. I think I mocked him a whole bunch and said that, he was kind of directly responsible for hundreds of people not being able to make a living in the wrestling business, and kind of ruined two companies, said the N-word on a sex tape that he had when he was having sex with his friend's wife, and just all around didn't seem like a great person. But that's the end of that statement. Anyway, Core of Mist and Fury, Ben.
Still? Shit.
Ready to get too court, too furious, Ben?
Can I be honest with you? I 100% thought we were done with this. I actually
is that because the third part of this book is like a quarter of the length of the other two parts?
I actually labeled this recording session "The Man in the High Tower." I'm dead serious. Week. I thought we were done with this. Wow. Okay. I've come less prepared than ever, including the times I didn't know what we were going to talk about. Wow. Okay. Yeah. It's part 3 of a Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas.
This part, my notes is labeled "Holy shit!" That's the end of part 2, because part 3
there was a part 3. So a lot of stuff happens very fast. Yeah.
Yeah, my notes are about 10 pages long, and part 3 is it looks like 1.5 of those.
Did we get to the attack? That's not in part 2, is it?
No,
I think part 3 opens with the attack, right?
The part 3 opens with them making up and banging a whole bunch, and then there's an attack, and then there's another attack, and then like just a whole bunch of plot relevant stuff just happens all at once, and then we're done. We're just over.
Yeah. So there's a thing. And I gotta be honest, people get mad at me when I make fun of these, and I like it. You can make fun of things you like. That's fine. I do all the time. Did you guys listen to Dune? I make fun of things I like all the time. Somebody messaged in the Discord today about the weird, uncomfortable yaoi situation between Pippin and Grishnak that we covered. And so you can make fun of things you love. No, you remember how like Pippin was like, you know what? I've got what you want. Like, you don't have to look for it. Just untie my legs and I'll give it to you. You can make fun of things you like. Okay, so I thought that the whole maiden bond thing was really stupid. And then I thought,
because we've got some real hardcore monogamy around here.
Then I thought, she's just making this up as she goes along, because then Reese just,
part 3 really should have been a threesome. Come on.
Well, Reese just keeps adding rules to it. He's like, yeah, no. So the thing is, we had the mating bond this whole time. You didn't know that because, I don't know why you didn't know that. It's the kind of mating bond we both have, but I tell you, we have. And then once
it is strange that the men's always seem to recognize it immediately. Now that I'm thinking about it, and the women are.
Oh, is that why I kind of liked you? I guess maybe. No, but she, I think it's implied that part of her draw to Reese was that the mating bond was in place or whatever. I feel like the mating bond just sucks romance out of it. I don't know. Maybe I'm in the minority there.
No, Jacob is getting with that baby, and that is
I think Stephanie Meyer
A-okay.
killed it. I think Stephanie Meyer killed it for me.
Yeah,
I think that's
that's
probably
exactly what I thought of. I was like, oh boy,
yeah.
I wouldn't have.
Yeah, I think maybe that's where it died. That was the day Love at First Sight died. You need to look twice and really consider what you're doing.
I'm sorry. You want to do what with my baby? Get Edward, kill him right now. Rip his face off. Like,
At that point, Bella was stronger than Edward. But anyway,
oh,
yeah, she's all full of human blood because she was a human not long ago, so that makes her look
in
extra
that
vampire
case,
powerful.
if I'm Bella, you're dead, Jacob. Sorry, but
she started fighting him, but then Edward steps in and is like, "Nah, it's cool." Because that was the most Mormon.
Nah, it's cool.
Book.
He's just gonna raise her and then mate with her.
Grooming is a crime. Anyway,
Edward, I think we need to see other people too. If you think this is okay.
Oh God, yeah, I think that's another like they mate for life thing. Anyway, the other thing I don't like about the mating bond is where Reese is like he's just adding rules to it, where he's like, yeah, so now that you've accepted the mating bond, I'm gonna be like super horny for a while, and I can't control that. Okay, like we're gonna need to do it a lot, and like I don't like it's not my fault. Why haven't I
tried this, Ben? It sounds like oh yeah, we have a mating bond, so sorry, I guess you're just destined to be with me, and also like
I'll tell you go at it
a lot.
I'll tell you why you haven't tried this, because two dumpy looking dudes who run a book podcast don't have the same rules as the impossibly wealthy, impossibly hot, winged demon angel.
Yeah, he didn't need the mating bond.
No. I don't think they have a mating bond. I think they have like I think he paid the cereal. Do me a solid, bro. And then Reese is like, I've never caught the cereal. It's so hard. And then she just like hangs a shirt on a tree, and the cereal's like, oh, I'm trapped. Reese is mating bond with you.
And he's like super horny all the time when you accept it, so you're gonna have to do him just a lot.
Yeah, no, if you don't do
remember, I only speak the truth.
If you don't do it, they're gonna fall off. So
that's true.
Yeah. It's a delicate time in the relationship, when the mating bond's fresh.
And since you're a fairy, fresh means like a few decades.
Oh yeah, no. Reese is like looking at his watch. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be like this. So you're just gonna have to accommodate that. I believe in the canon of the series, I'm sure this is legitimate. It's just my fan theory that Reese paid off the cereal to make up thing. No, because I guess and this is the other kind of gross thing, because it begs a question. So they're like, will Tamlin be able to tell when he sees us that we have a mating bond? Because this also kind of like, it's a thing in fairy culture, like the mating bond is irresistible. When it happens, and like everybody understands, like, oh shit, that trumps marriage. Mating bond trumps marriage. Probably a bad idea to get married before the mating bond clicks.
Yeah, it actually sounds like a really bad idea.
Yeah, this sounds like a recipe for drama.
Maybe we should make some sort of spell that will allow us to.
Maybe that should just be the marriage ceremony.
Yeah, there you go. Forge the mating bond.
Yeah, done. I don't know. So she's like, what will Tamlin be able to tell? Because if Tamlin could tell, then he'll know like, oh, it's legit. And I gotta move on with my life. And he's like, yeah, if he's near us, he'll be able to smell it. And so now I have to ask you, what does that smell like?
It smells like Reese's.
That's kind of what I thought it.
Why is there so much smell over here?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was imagining. There's a lot of things that, like, this is why I say it. it has a quality of being made up as it goes along because, like, if you think about it for a minute, you got to answer some of these questions. And the answers are
Ah.
going to take you out of the romance. So she says it's well, and this is another thing we haven't talked about. Reese, what does he smell like? He smells like the ocean and something else.
Moonlight, Ben.
No, it's like a thing that actually smells like something.
Oh,
Citrus. I think it's like citrus.
citrus. He's got that cologne.
Yeah, so he smells
Mm.
like the ocean and citrus. And I don't know, like, does the ocean smell good?
I mean, they make perfumes and colognes that are supposed to smell like it.
I guess.
But now all I'm thinking is like it's like salty citrus fruit.
Well, you could put salt on citrus. It's not bad.
It depends on which fruit we're talking about, I guess.
I guess mango is not a citrus. I'm thinking of that, like, I don't know what the seasoning is, but that, like, worm salt.
He smells like pine sol with lemon added.
That's what I'd like to smell like.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I don't think it's gonna.
You think they
Be
walk
like
in a room
super
and
attractive.
someone smells lemon fresh pine sol and they're like, who's in here?
This is a good start, Ben.
Oh, what do you want? We've got like 40 minutes to fill with 30 pages.
Well, this is the part where we learn all about what Rhys-Sand was doing in the first book and how he was a good guy all along.
Oh yeah, that was also kind of cheesy, but I guess they needed to do that. So there's a whole thing. There is a cute thing at the cabin where she's like, "Do you want me to heat up some soup?" And he's like, "Oh my god, are we ready for that?" And she's like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but do you want the soup or not?" He's like, "Well, okay, it's just like a fairy thing that, like, if the woman makes the man a meal, that means she's accepted the mating bond. Ask the Suriel if you don't believe me." And
He says as he's just like pulling out hundreds, like ask the cereal.
and
He's
so
teleporting $100 bills somewhere, just like, don't mind me.
it is cute. They have this moment where they're like sort of like playing house in this cabin,
And she starts painting again. That's a big deal because she fell out of love with painting.
and Reese is like, "Okay, now every time I had to do so I did a lot of horrible things in the last book, and you're probably wondering, why did I do that?" I thought about that. I felt really bad about it, and it made me sick to do those things. And actually, it was the only way.
Yeah.
I had to take you to all those sexy parties you didn't want to go to because it was, well, I mean, I guess the point is I made you drink the roofie juice so you wouldn't remember
So you wouldn't remember the horrors down there.
Yeah, I was doing that was a favor.
Yeah, everyone knows one of the first line treatment for PTSD is roofie. Yeah, you just forget. You just blank your memory out.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I did that kind of.
And he told Amarantha he came to the spring court and revealed Feyre. Like he was having dreams about her ahead of time, so he knew she was there once he saw like this dream of the spring equinox festival thing. So that's why he went there the first time, and then the second time he knew that Amarantha would find her, and so he wanted to scare her away, or really scare Tamlin enough to make him send her away. And then he gave Amarantha the name of that human girl, not realizing that was the name of a real girl. And he was like, "Oh crap!
so
I just
so that's kind of
condemned
your
your
fault.
entire family to death." Yeah, that is kind of your fault. You should have made up a name.
Yeah, I thought you were more
I didn't
on
know
the
that was
ball
a
than
real
that.
name.
Yeah, that's why I did that. And Oh boy. Oh, you know those guys at the sex festival who were going to sexually assault you? I killed them for you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
And when I gave you the roofie juice and I dressed you up in a scantily clad dress, that was so that Amarantha would think that I'm just toying with you and using you as like my plaything that I'll eventually discard. And she was none the wiser.
Yep. Yep. It was the only way, Farah.
Yeah, and then I was super upset and jealous when you and Tamlin had a little bit of like, I think you like through the mountain or whatever, like real quick, just like bam bam.
But I
I was real
couldn't
upset about that.
believe I was only upset because I couldn't believe that's what he chose to do in that moment, that he didn't choose to save you.
Yeah.
If it had been me, now it kind of was me, but if it had been me also in that position, I'd have taken you out of that mountain. I didn't take you out of the mountain because do you miss the roofie juice? Like, it was pretty good, right? Um,
And
don't
then when I saw you die, I was like, all right, I guess I gotta take Amarantha down with you, stab her. And she's like, you know what? I appreciate that you stabbed her instead of crying like a bitch like Tamlin did.
Yeah, don't put what I did under a microscope, but let's really focus in on Tamlin here. I
Yeah,
think,
also, let's be honest here. The riddle was love, Feyre. It was real obvious. You didn't have to do any of those trials. It was love. It's so obvious. Holy crap. Like, you could have prevented all of that if you would just been like, oh, yeah, easy, love. Bam, we're done.
yeah.
But, you know,
So it's all cool now.
yeah, and so she gives him the soup. And they're like, all right,
This
time to
is like,
slam.
we're more than married now.
Yeah. And he's like, he does say that she could be a high lady.
He does. This is a bit of a spoiler, but we do find out he made good on that. Like, he makes her legally co-ruler
Yeah.
with all of the like the. Yeah, so she actually does. He yeah. Look, I joke, I know, but Reese is obviously the better choice. He just did some shady shit too, and he did it because it was hot in like a toxic love kind of way, and it was
I still think it
toxic.
should become a polycule. I don't think we're getting it, Ben.
No, because there's a mating bond. There's no three-way mating
Yeah.
bond.
Unless Feyre is super special. You don't know, Ben. But I don't think
Unless
it's going to happen.
Reese is looking at the cereal, like, unless maybe. Cereal's like, it's a stretch. It's a stretch. Yeah. But yeah, so then they're doing it a lot. And they do it in
She has a
in
dream of being with him and opening a painting store in hipster night court city.
then they do it on the table, then they do it in a hot tub, then they do it on another table when they get back.
Hell
And
yeah.
then
And she's like, man, I don't know why I kept thinking that Tamlin's was like proud. What did he have anything to be proud of? You know what I mean? Like, really tiny.
Cassian
Just
says
say
hello to her, and Reese is like, I'll kill your fucking mother. And he's like, sorry, it's the mating bond. I'm going to be like this for a while, Cassie, and I'm sorry. It's the mating bond.
it's the it's that's how that works. Sorry. Let's see. I'm just saying she loves him. She's sitting on his lap for some petting. They're fucking. Now she's him. He's got a huge. She glows now. Talk about pregnancy. She's gonna start taking the no baby juice. Now they're public. Lots and lots. There's a there. Let me see. Okay, the old and the gold queens are here, and he's like, "Behold, I brought you the truth orb." Why
Now
didn't
you,
we use? Why did we have? Why did we need the cereal if we had the truth orb? Oh, that's right. You can't bribe a truth orb.
why
Anyway,
didn't you just say, like, here's the truth orb? I solemnly swear I'm not trying to screw you over.
Because instead, I need to show you this secret city. I need to show you Seattle. And they're like, well, that's very nice. But no, I'm not going to give you the other half of the book.
So they're talking to the queens, and two of the queens, I don't know how many queens show up, but some of the queens are
Two.
like,
Just the two.
they're like, oh yeah, you're not going to get the book. Screw you.
Yeah,
I
go
hate
fuck
you.
yourself.
Thanks for telling me about your secret city, though. I'll remember that. Wink, wink. And then one of them's like, Reese starts going off, and one of them's like, yeah, shut up. Shut up. Let's end the meeting now. And they all teleport out. But then where that queen was sitting, there's half of the book.
Yeah, and also a note saying that the sixth queen is not ill, Ben. So, who would have thought that these queens are shady? And oh yeah, now the city's getting invaded by adders. Turns out they sold out Reese almost immediately.
And that one queen who helped them is dropped onto a light post, which goes through her torso, and she's hanging upside down, just enough, close enough for Feyre to see that her eyes have been ripped out, her tongue has been ripped out, and she's gasping. She's still alive, but mercifully does bleed out. It's
I was on a
that part.
train listening to this.
It's that part of the book now.
Yeah, yeah. The third parts always seem like, all right, now we're gonna get into we're now it's rated R.
Yep.
So yeah, the invaders come in to start murdering people, and Feyre's like, I can help, and so she does, and they start fighting them back, and then she finds the one adder out of all of the adders.
Adder Prime.
Yeah, I was thinking like Arbok and everyone else are Ekans, but
You've been
yeah,
playing
adder.
Pokemon. Like,
Too much, too
Yeah.
much. So yeah, she flies up, she grabs him. She can fly now. They fly now. They fly now.
That was an objectively worse story.
And then she fucking annihilates that guy, so he's not going to be in Rush Hour 3.
She can make wolves out of water. She can do a bunch
Yeah,
of
she
stuff.
makes water wolves.
Cassian's
like,
flying
all right.
around, Kamehameha people. He's also got like an energy shield over the city.
Fuck yeah.
He's using all the gems, all the gem powers.
So they repel that attack, and they're like, well, we can't let this attack go unpunished. And we have just enough left in this book to go attack Hybern and
I didn't
nullify
think
that
they
cauldron.
did.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
But, we're going to make it happen. We're going to real quick. It really feels like this was maybe part of the next book, the first part of the next book or something, almost. So,
I mean, it's doomed because of how much is left in the book.
well, it's doomed because that Hybern, I think, is like a trilogy. So,
well,
he's sticking around till the next one.
They're not going to kill the king of, like, they're not going to take out the cauldron in 50 pages.
The last 50 pages, yeah. So, this is when we find out that the ring that Feyre got from the Weaver is a wedding ring. Ben. Yeah, you risked your life to get that wedding ring. Do all women want to be proposed to that way? Like, hey, babe, I got you. I dropped a few grand on your wedding ring, but to get there, you're gonna have to dive to the bottom of this pool, 30 feet deep.
I don't know. I guess it was sweet because it's not his test; it's his mother's test.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Okay, no, this is perfect. Actually, I'll be like, hey, I got you your wedding ring for whoever is going to marry you, but they've got to survive my test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would your test be?
It's got to be something where like I can throw it if I like them, or I can kill them if not.
Old school church rules. Yeah. You're gonna have to reach into this boiling water and pull out an iron rod without getting blistered. I heat the water. I mean, God hates the water, but God has a hard time lighting fire, so I got to start it for him.
There you go. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I can't believe he failed again. That's crazy.
I mean, he's just gonna have to find one that doesn't blister. It's not me. You talk to
It's
God,
God's
Benny.
will. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't tell God what to do. I mean, come on. So, yeah, the Amrand. Fuck, I haven't written her down at all. Is
A
that her name?
so it's Amren. I say
E M
I say
Amryn.
Amren. Yeah.
Amryn. Okay.
I will give you
Sometimes,
in a thing of like Amarantha and yeah, it
yeah,
does.
I wasn't a fan of how close their names were, but yeah, Amryn is like, okay, so I here's what we do. Here's how you're gonna nullify the cauldron. Definitely don't link these two pieces of the book together. That'd be really bad. Because things that are even worse and older than Highburn will like sense it. And maybe that's set up for a future book. I don't know, Feyre, but I'm just throwing that out there. We could have some cool Lovecraftian monster fights or something, or maybe like a Balrog, like a Wish.com Balrog. If you want to do that, we have to buy the next book so that these are all financially feasible. And then, fourth book, after Highburn, maybe we get into that, Feyre. But right now, don't unite the books. You'll fuck everything up. She's like, all right, got it. I definitely won't not unite the books, right? Yeah, got it. Okay. So here's the plan. We're going to go in with a crack team of all of our named characters except Amryn, who's going to
Yep.
stay behind and defend our city. And this is it's gonna be great. We're gonna nullify the cauldron and probably kill Highburn. I don't know. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So I was there anything of interest in this part? Because I jumped right to she united the books like an idiot.
Yeah, they go to well, I think it's mostly just like they go to the Highburn. Is Highburn the name or the guy? Is it the place or
I
the
think
guy?
Highburn is the place, and also he's either the king of Highburn or he is just Highburn.
I'm having the Vegeta
So
thing.
maybe he's
Me, my dad, or
Vegeta.
the planet.
Vegeta.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, so, um,
They're telling Bardock saying that Frieza's gonna kill Vegeta.
yeah, the land of Highburn is made of bones or something. It's a high cliff, and it looks like bones. I don't know if
Yeah.
it could be bones. It could be the bones of like some giant, maybe
And guess what? All of them are bigger than Tamlin's.
every single one of them. And so they get into where the cauldron is.
Yeah. And then the book like starts talking to her. And it's like, it'd be cool if you reunite us.
Put both sides together.
And
And
then she does. She
yeah,
like falls into a trance, but yeah.
all she hears in the distance the screaming of her friends and people begging her to stop and what the hell are you doing? Oh God, and she's like, I'm so like I have 5 more seconds. I think I got this. And then she doesn't got this. I don't know really what
Shit.
that's about. I assume we'll find out.
Yeah. She did not nullify the cauldron and save the day in the last 50 pages of this book.
But you know who shows up?
Jurian.
That guy.
Who is a guy, right? Like he died and came back to life, but he's still a guy, right? He's not a fairy.
No. He's got a
I think
sword.
if I had magic powers and super speed and strength and I could fly, I'd probably beat any mortal human, Like I think I'd go into like UFC or something and just destroy everyone.
I mean, like, I think I just, middle-aged Ben, I got a shot. I got a shot
Yeah, he's
against
been
Jurian.
dead for like 500 years or whatever. What's he gonna do?
I mean, I assume I showed up wearing armor and have a sword too. I'll fight him.
Yeah.
Fate of the world. I'll fight Jurian. He can't. I mean, first off, there's like 5 of us. He can't take everybody. Even if we were all just normal human people, like even if we were slightly weaker than him, there's still 5 of us.
Yeah.
Let's just beat him
Who
up.
would win? 1 Jurian or 100 gorillas?
1 Jurian or like 5 dudes. Just kick his ass.
Let's get him.
Yeah.
You hold him and I'll start kicking him.
Yeah, Jurian shows up. They should have just beat him up, but they didn't because they were like, "Oh my god, it's Jurian," which means Hybern has figured out the secret of resurrecting human life, which is that's pretty cool. Maybe we should keep this cauldron around. And
Fuck him.
Hybern magics everybody into the central chamber.
Well, he cuts off their magic too. They
Cuts
can't
off.
cast anymore.
Yeah.
Like Father from Full Metal Alchemist. You can't use alchemy anymore.
You know she watches anime. You gotta wonder, like,
Yeah.
where does it all come from?
And guess who else is here, Ben? Lucian and Tamlin with his little mini dick. His little baby hanging out.
So Tamlin has convinced himself that Reese used his mind magic on Feyre, and that's why she has decided.
You do to her?
Presumably, like either she fell in love with me or I used my mind magic on her. I don't know why you're asking what I did. Like, there's, yeah, I do have mind powers. I could have done that. I didn't. Smell me. Smell me, Tamlin.
Oh God! Why does everything smell like your?
Why indeed, Tamlin?
So Tamlin has teamed up with Hybern or King of Hybern. Maybe Hybern, the King of Hybern. He's teamed up with him, and in exchange for Hybern just getting to walk through his lands, which is important, I guess.
Open
in exchange
borders.
for him to do that, and for killing Rhysand, he'll get Feyre back.
No. Hybern's going to remove the tattoo.
That Reese that's put right. Because he's been searching for a way to get rid of that.
Because he thinks that is how Reese brainwashed Feyre.
Yeah.
And you know who sucks the most, perhaps, in all this? Like, okay, Tamlin's insane, right? We're going to have to put him down like Old Yeller. I'm sorry about that. But, you know, he's got the rabies. Yeah, Lucian, though. Lucian doesn't have the rabies. He's just an asshole. He's just a weak, spineless little bastard. And I don't like him. He's not gonna, because he's mating bonded to Feyre's sister. But
hey, spoilers, Ben.
Yeah, whatever. I think I already said that. And
yeah, I think so.
So I know he's not gonna die, but he should. I would kill
I also
him.
did not expect Hybern to look like this at all.
I don't know. What is he?
I expect him to be far, far older.
They don't age, right?
Yeah.
That's what not aging means.
Yeah.
You don't get older.
He instead of going from like kid to adult and then staying at adult forever, he just goes a little further. He goes kid, adult, old as shit, and then he just stays there.
It's like in Lord of the Rings how Círdan has a beard. That's as old as elves get.
God, can you imagine if Palpatine had a beard?
That ruins his whole thing, though, because his whole thing is like the mug. Like, he's got a hood over everything. It would just be a beard.
I would be terrified if I just saw glowing yellow eyes and a beard staring at me from under a hood, Ben.
You've never been to a Bigfoot convention, clearly.
No, and why would I want to, Ben?
Eyes lit with the fire of methamphetamines.
God damn it.
A tattered hood pulled over to block out the bright rays of the sun. And that guy's the speaker.
Jesus.
He almost got him.
So yeah, we're gonna kill Rhys-Ann, but first, I got the queens here, and I've got a much better trade proposal than I'll tell you about my lost city or whatever. Please give me the book. Nah, I'm gonna grant these queens immortality, and I am going to prove you can become immortal by becoming a fairy by dunking you inside this cauldron. Yep, that's what it does. It brings you back to life. It turns you into a fairy and breaks barriers, and it makes a mean stew.
Look,
So,
I fill this thing with juice, and stuff happens. And we got two of the best test subjects you could
yeah,
ever find.
let's look behind mystery door number 1. And oh, look, Pharaoh, we kidnapped your sisters.
Tamlin, at this point, cutting through his fugue state, realizes that, well, that's probably going to
Ooh.
piss her off.
That's bad. Yeah, I didn't agree to this. You gotta let her go. And
Yeah,
they don't.
it was
Yeah.
Ianthe who sold these two out, and
Who would have thought Anthe was a bad?
yeah,
Who would have guessed?
I
Yeah.
think at the end, Tamlin's like, well, yeah, Ianthe overstepped her bounds a little.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna have a
uh,
stern talking to her. Even though her stated goal is to replace the High Lords with High Priestesses, and I'm a High Lord, so like that's bad for me. I'm gonna you know what? I'm gonna do exactly what my spirit animal Chuck Schumer would do.
Nothing.
I'm gonna write that I'm working on the problem, and then I'm gonna go on a book tour and it's kind of yeah. So they dunk Elaine. She's a high fae now who hates
Bam.
high fae. And
She doesn't
then
hate
they
them. Her boyfriend does, so that's probably over.
or
So that's the
the
sad thing
power
for
of
Elaine.
love, maybe. Well, don't worry, Ben, because she's got the next best thing to her fiance. Lucian is like, oh my god, what mating bond? We're you're my mate.
Nah, Suriel's not
No,
vouching for you, buddy.
yeah, yeah. Sorry, you didn't pay shit to the cereal, so
Yeah, no.
that's not happening.
Put a pillow over his head till he stops kicking.
And then they put Nesta in there, and
Which is
Nesta's fighting
awesome.
the whole way. And then
My favorite character is Nesta in the
she
whole thing.
swears bloody vengeance against Hybern, and she's pointing at him as
As
she gets
she
dunked.
she's like the fucking Terminator going into this vat of goo. She's like pointing at him. She's like, I'm gonna kill you, Hyber. And then
And
he puts her.
Hybern's a little disturbed. You know,
Yeah,
he's like, "Oh shit, I think I might. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
let's make it
Probably.
immortal. What could it
Yeah,
do?
yeah." And
I'm
then
rooting for Nesta. I think she's got this.
yeah, let's do it. And then this is when Feyre she gets some of her powers back, and she gets rid of the mental block that Hybern put there, and destroys some wards so they can teleport out. Um, and then she starts pretending that she's been mind controlled this whole time, and please, you gotta remove this mind control from me. And Tamlin's like, holy shit, they're mated as well. Get rid of it. Get it, kill it, get rid of it. And so Hybern does, but it wasn't the mating bond. It was the eye tattoo that he destroyed. Um, and then Feyre's like, "Oh man, I've seen so much death, Tamlin. They're free to go. Just let them free to go, and then we can go back to the Spring Court where I belong. I can go back home." And Tamlin's like, "Okay, well, I guess I am kind of a simp. So yeah, Hybern, let's just let him go." And Hybern's like, okay. I mean, he is the strongest High Lord of all time. And if I kill him now, he won't be an enemy later, but sure. I guess you getting your dick wet is more important than me winning this super war. So, yeah. I guess they're free to go. Then Resand and them grab everyone.
They're not
Um,
free to go.
well, they're free to not die. Then they just teleport away
Yeah, well, he
through
didn't.
the destroyed wards.
Yeah, he didn't know they could teleport away in that moment. He didn't realize his wards had been destroyed.
Yeah, idiot.
So they
God,
grab
you
Nesta and
always
Elaine.
double ward.
Well, he grabs Nesta and Elaine, which was Feyre's plan. She was like trying to signal to Reese, like in Atreides battle language, to get Elaine and Nesta out of there, and she'll go with Tamlin, and she'll be the man on the inside.
Yeah. It's going to
And
work a lot better, I bet, than the Oblivion man on the inside, where they had no plan and no idea what they were walking into, and they got betrayed like 4 times. So
well,
this is a little better plan.
Feyre's already, I would say, physically more powerful than anyone in the
Everyone?
Spring
Yeah.
Court. So
Everyone in the Spring Court? Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it seems like Reese and maybe Amryn are the only ones who can really, and Hybern, I guess.
And Hybern, yeah.
Yeah, and maybe Jurian. Who the fuck knows what that guy's deal is?
He's just a regular human, but he just keeps kicking our ass because we keep getting intimidated by him. We don't know what to do.
He's the Goldar of this criminal enterprise. Like he's not the goon. He's not the villain of the week goon, but goon nonetheless.
Yeah, he's the lead goon.
Yeah,
He's the guy who's named that we're gonna send in with the goon patrol, and you're gonna kill all the other goons, and you're gonna take him out, but he's not gonna die, and he's gonna escape to goon another day.
yeah. Well, we got to be careful using goon as a verb because Gen Z is really
Ruining language again? What the fuck, man?
yeah. They're not doing great. They're not doing great with that. That's one of the sadder ones they've come up with. I don't even know if
God
that's
damn
Gen
it.
Z or if that's Gen Alpha.
They all look the same to me now.
Yeah, well, they do, don't they? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what though? I'm glad the broccoli hair is done.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about too.
Yeah, that was
yeah.
a rough phase of humanity there. The oldest Gen A is 14. Okay, no, then it's got to be Gen Z.
I think my daughter was at the very tail end of Gen Alpha.
Yeah, it's got to be Gen Z.
Now you're Gen Beta. God, you're gonna want to rename yourselves when you get the chance. I'm sorry.
Oh, dude, they're not gonna live that long.
Yeah.
Like, you think Gen Beta is gonna have a planet? It's been like 104 degrees here for the last like 3 weeks.
Well, don't worry. The heat dome that was over us is now going east and north and south. So it's coming to you again.
Yeah, that's most of the directions. So, yeah.
Not west, baby.
Yeah. So anyway, the point is he is a goon, but he does not goon. You know what I'm saying?
No, and I don't want to look it up now. So
yeah, you got. No, that's not one you want to use. Yeah,
is Mook? I don't know.
I wouldn't. I don't know, but I wouldn't. Like
hench, like henchman.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we could do that.
He's the top hench.
He's a henchman.
Yeah.
This is totally random, but I was reading a bunch of like old Tolkien drafts with commentary from Christopher Tolkien, and one of the things is he refers to these are good guys, and he refers to one of the like loyal servants of this household as their henchman. And even Christopher Tolkien comments on how like that felt a little weird. And he's not I don't want to say for certain, but he was like, questionable origin of the word or something. Like he was like, I'm not sure what he means by this. Because you think henchman's a bad thing, right?
Yeah,
Like
I
it,
mean, it sounds like it.
but
You're
what if it's just
subservient.
like, yeah, what if it's just like you're a neutral, like it's your guy who does stuff for you? Like that's not my personal
My
assistant, that's my henchman.
that's my bloke.
No, I think that implies a friendship.
That's my. I keep coming back to goon. That's my.
You don't want to keep coming back to Gen Z is laughing right now. Every time you say goon, they're losing it. I'll tell you what it means. I'll tell you what I think it means because I've never had a conversation with another human being about this. I think it means to like to get right up to the edge of climax and then stop, like over and
That's
over.
called
Like,
edging.
yeah, no, it's gooning now.
Don't ruin other words when you already have a word for it.
I don't know. Maybe there's something more to it. Maybe there's a certain Gen Z spin on it. I will Urban Dictionary this, and if I'm correct, I'll leave it in, and if I'm not, I'll
Well,
move
Google
on.
says it's someone who is a hired thug, a henchman, or someone who acts as a muscle
Okay,
for a
here's what you
group.
do: gooning space Urban space dictionary.
Maybe most simply defined as that state usually achieved after a prolonged edging session. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, just call it edging, dumbass.
No,
This
there's.
is why you guys don't deserve houses. Okay?
uh, oh God. Okay.
All right.
I have no idea what we were talking about. Oh,
I think we're done with the story
oh no.
actually.
There's one more thing. So the book ends with Feyre in the spring court and Tamlin going like, "Oh, it's so good to have you back. I'm gonna go give Ianthe a piece of my mind." And oh, it's so good to have you back. And Feyre's like, "It's so good to be back." And meanwhile, Lucian's looking at her like, "I don't know if I trust you." And she's looking at Lucian like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you the
Yeah.
second I get a
Yeah.
chance."
I don't know if I trust you. I'm sorry. All I could hear is the rage. The
I'm gonna
rage
cut you.
just blasting out my ears right now.
But yeah.
All right.
Okay. So
Ready to
I
rubric?
yes. And okay, this
Oh
brings me to
yeah,
an
they got married in a secret Anakin Padme wedding thing. That's how the
yeah,
book
we
ends.
we talked
Anyway.
about that. He made her a high lady, whatever. They're co-rulers. And oh, and that earned him a lot of points with Amryn and Morgan. They both really liked that he did that. So okay, couple of things. We're gonna rubric this. Also, I'm gonna start recording our rubric scores, and I'm going to be putting them on the new Words About Books reading list, which you can
Oh
find at
my god.
blog.wordsaboutbooks.ninja/reading-list. Search it. You can see what we're going to read, what we've already read. Is it a Patreon exclusive? People have been asking for this for a long time. And one of the things I'm going to try to do with this is I'm going to try to put in my rating and your rating for each book.
Oh my
And one of the
god.
things that complicates that is I have recorded that information nowhere but in the audio of these podcasts. So I have to go back and listen to every episode of Words About Books since we started doing the
That's
rubric in
why I stopped
2022.
that's why I stopped blogging just like my scores because I was like, "Oh shit, I don't want it to deviate from what I said." But also I don't want to go back and listen.
Yeah, so the way that, for anyone who's curious, the way that's going to work for the stuff before we did the rubric is I'm just going to take the I'm just going to take the star ratings and turn them into a percentage. So
Oh,
I hope someone cares. I genuinely hope someone cares. If even one person cares, I'm not wasting my life. All right. With that in mind, let's rubric. I'm only giving the point total, by the way. I'm not going to try to record every category until 5 years later. I decide I
oh
should be
yeah,
doing
that'd be
that too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so let's rubric this.
Content and ideas, Ben.
I don't know, man.
I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like 3 or 4.
I don't. I don't know. I think. I get. I guess I'll say 4.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a 4, but I'm gonna ding it for organization.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. I gotta say, my commentary on this is I can't necessarily think of a work that puts exactly these ideas together in exactly this way, but I do see where a lot of this comes from. And I'm also kind of like, this isn't that much different from the first one.
Yeah, it is very similar.
So that was kind of where I'm like, the story beats are kind of similar. Like I like Reese more. I'm not unhappy with the book. I just don't know if it like really meets a high standard of originality here. But yeah, that's what that is.
Organization. I'm going
3.
towards a 3. Yeah. Think 2 went on for a very, 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 very long time. It was a bunch of
Yeah.
fetch quests, and then that meant that part 3 just had to like, oh crap, we've got like 50 pages. Let's go to Highburn quick.
Yeah, part 3 was kind of baffling to me. That part I don't really have anything else to say other than that. I don't really know what she was going for with part 3, and I think the book being structured as like 3 intentional acts feels maybe not right for this book. I don't know why she felt the need to do that because she did it the first time. I don't know. But it didn't do much for me. I feel like the third
Yeah,
part needed a lot more attention and the second part needed a lot less attention.
yeah, I would agree. Use of language, Ben.
3, I'm not blown away.
Yeah, I think for a while I was leaning towards a 4. I think I gave it a 4 last time too, but then I started noticing a lot of repetition towards the end, especially. So I was like, yeah, I'll give it a 3.
There's a lot of repetition. There's a lot of using like Welsh and like I'm not great with these languages, so I apologize if I get this wrong, but it felt like there was a lot of like random like Welsh and Gaelic and like Old Norse and like she's just mixing in stuff for flavor. And I'm sure she's like done that thing where like she looked it up and like yeah, it means this, but it's I don't I think there's a tendency in the romantasy genre to do that, especially with Welsh for some reason. And
Well, it's because it's a dead language.
it's not a dead language. No, I definitely think the worst offender is Rebecca Yarros. She has no idea what the hell she's talking about. But I don't know if she's doing like Welsh or Scots. I'm not good enough with these languages. All I know is they're very clearly just like typing like things into a dictionary and be like, what's the Welsh word for strong? What's the Celtic word for strong? Like, okay. Personal preference.
I gave it a 4.
Yeah, I'm with you. 4, I had a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the next one. It's like I said, we make fun of every book. Don't be too offended. I do like it. I do know why people like it. Um, the only thing I'll say is sometimes the sex is a little gross. I've been told not to like laugh. Like I've been told I'm not supposed to laugh at it, but like
We're not supposed to.
Somebody's like, "You're ruining it," and I'm like, I okay, I don't know if somebody. I just feel like there's certain things that, when described in detail, are funny. I'm sorry, like I don't know that there's any good way
You know
to.
what got me? Not in this book, but just in general. Jilling off.
Yeah,
I heard that and I just cracked the fuck up. I'm
did she
sorry.
say that?
No, not in this book. No,
Oh no,
no.
I mean I've heard that,
I've heard
but
it too, and I could not stop laughing.
well, she definitely has a solo
Sorry.
session or two in this book.
Well, yeah, you gotta release some steam, you know?
Yeah,
Gotta blow off some steam, gotta release some pressure, you know? Jill your jimmies, you know?
I don't know if that works, but we can try it. Um,
Recommendation strength Ben.
this is a 4. Does anyone? I mean,
4.
it's like one of the most selling books of the last 10 years. I don't know if anybody needs me to recommend it to them. I would say
Yeah.
like the thing I would say every time I recommend, every time we're talking about one of these romantasy books is, uh, it's kind of, it exists in that state of neither romance nor fantasy, but with probably the most popcorny aspects of both. Like, doesn't have great world building. I don't know if it has great romance, but like, it's got all the action, it's got all the drama, it's got all the sex and all the violence. Like,
And
there's a
Jimmy Johns wanted to capture some of that, so they wrote their own.
there's a reason it's popular. It's
Yeah.
fun. I wouldn't recommend reading only this. I know there's a lot of people out there who read only this. And one thing I do always think is funny, because I read this in like the trade paperback edition, and I always really
Of
love
course
how
you did.
it's like all, I wouldn't say double spaced, but like it's like 1.3 or like 1.4 spacing, and the margins are huge. Like, they're really trying to make you feel like you've read a lot when you haven't read a lot. And there's a part of me that just thinks there's a strategy there.
Huh.
So I don't know. They would waste paper, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not economical. But yeah, I think we both come up with the same total then, which is, let me do math,
67.
67. No, it's not. Oh, yeah, no, it is.
Yeah, it is.
So I will note these down at the end of every episode, and I will put them on the blog so that when you're looking for your next great read, you can see what Ben and Nate recommend.
And what we don't.
Yeah. Felt like there should be a sponsorship somewhere in there, but alas,
Yeah.
I think we've made
Sponsor us,
everybody angry.
Audible. It's the perfect sponsorship.
Just don't listen to any of the things we've said about Amazon. I don't think Jeff Bezos is a weird, bald douchebag.
See?
I think his wedding was tasteful and elegant.
Oh, he got married?
Yeah, again. And he rented out like Italy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That seems like a bit much, but you know, you do you.
Well, you know, it's a special day. You know what I bet he does have this time though? Airtight prenup. He's not losing half of the half that remains, I can tell you that.
Speaking of someone who did lose half, Hulk Hogan is dead. Anyway, he sure is. What else do we have? We have patrons. We've got Jamie, the Gravy Man, who is at if you want the gravy.wordpress.com, I believe, where he reviews all kinds of non-book related things. Just go check him out. You've got Brad, Isekai Sensei Sama, at that time I got reincarnated in the same world as an anime podcaster podcast. And then you've got Shy with a Y over on TikTok. Remember when we were going to get rid of that and then it just didn't happen?
I told you it wasn't going to happen.
And then last but not least, we've got John Bierce, a real author who should be writing weird sandwich-based erotica for Jimmy John's because what I got was unsatisfying and lame.
They need to hire Chad Dinkleton.
They do.
It
was only like 12 or 13 minutes, Ben.
You should send them.
You know how many sandwich-based sex puns I could cram in?
You know, I have a plug. I keep forgetting to plug a thing. I wish I remembered to say this at the beginning when people were still listening. But I have been on Nuzzle House's 2 Books, 1 Cup podcast, which is a debate show where 2 books enter and 1 book leaves, but also it doesn't have to be a book. You can just debate anything. You could just pick a thing to say your thing is the best. And I am the Ken Jennings of 2 Books, 1 Cup. I have been winning nonstop. I brought Murder, She Wrote. I beat it. I brought The Squonk. Killed it. And I'm going to be on again. And I think I know what I'm going to pick this time. So you got to check that out. It's actually a fun show. Now that I've gotten my obligatory plug out of the way, I will start playing the music and fade out.